Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jonas Ruta. This is the art show for Victoria Navin of her photography. It's called Winter Trees Symphony. And these are recent photos, but she will tell you about. And we've shown her work here on some occasions before. So we'll let you presenting Victoria. So.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming out today.
Thank you for coming.
And I want to thank Jonas for hanging the show, and I think he did a great job, as usual, in hanging my photos.
Thank you.
Winter Tree Symphony is an amalgam of many photos of trees that I've taken over the years. Many of them were taken in the last 2 years, but some of them are older than that. One of them, my Wuthering Heights, which is right above my head, was one of the very first photos that I took that I was really happy with. And that is it. It was taken in the New Haven green about 10 or 12 years ago. It features the tower at Trinity Episcopal Church. But when I saw it with the branches and the shadows, I was reminded of the moody atmosphere in Wuthering Heights, and that's why I named it that. Another one of my photos, the brambles that you can see to the side, the brambles on the branches of the Hugh River, was probably shot about 8 years ago, but I think it reveals my continuing interest in the structure of trees, specifically winter trees, when you see the stark structure of the trees and the branches. I mean, that is something that continues to interest me. In the last few years, I've also had occasion to take photos of trees in New Haven, in West Haven, and in Monroe. Although I always say the location of the photos is absolutely immaterial. It's the image, because it's the moment, you see, because you could go to Monroe, you can go to West Haven, you can go to the New Haven Green, where I took 2 of these photos, but it's never going to look exactly like the photo does, because a photo captures a unique set of circumstances of light and shadow, which will never be duplicated. And that's the beauty of photography. It's one moment. So when you go out and shoot, you have to have an idea of a composition in your mind already. You have to be alert to the conditions of light and shadow. And then when you go out, you have to be ready for it, you see? So you have to be focused and ready to go, so to speak. So that's how they come about. Some of my nighttime and sunset photos in this show were taken in Monroe, Connecticut, where my #1 daughter and my granddaughters live. And because of the way their house is sited, I can see very nice views of sunset. And that's where at least 2 of the photos, the stained glass and the winter trees at sunset, came from. So that's basically where they came from and how they came about. Is there anything you'd like to ask me?
Are there other, these are the trees. Do you do other photography of different things?
Yes, I'm mainly focused on landscape.
Okay.
Rocks, trees, monumental architecture. I do travel extensively, but what I'm looking for is always landscape and what makes a place most unique. such as the doors, the roofscapes, the texture of the walls. I'm looking for what makes a place unique and recognizable as being in that particular country.
What I find interesting is that I was a patient at the hospital at St. Raphael's. And I'm looking out the window, now this is recently, and there is a tower, and right next to the tower, and I took a picture of it, is a cross. And I just wonder, it looks like the Tower of London, and from the perspective that I took it. And I found that, I did take that because I thought it was just very fascinating. I still don't know why the cross was there, or how it got there, or what the reason is. I know it was a Catholic hospital, and I know that, but I don't know what the tower is there, and so, yes.
Well, I think you bring up an important point, that when the artist chooses a subject, it is going to be a subject that is of unique interest to the artist.
Right.
Because many times people have asked me at different shows, why do you shoot a particular image?
Right.
And I say, because there's something about it that intrigues me. Would it intrigue the next person? Probably not. I like textured walls. I like things that really don't appeal to other people.
That's
I have a friend who's no longer with us who used to say, you like crumbling buildings. And then I thought, well, yeah, I guess I do. And it's not everybody's thing,
Right.
but that's okay. That's why I'm independent. I don't have an employer, so I can choose my material.
Here, here.
Here, here. And-
Victoria,
Yes.
how do you pick and pursue your subjects? I don't hear everything, but this is unique. Looking at the structure of the trees, I look down from my balcony and I think, oh, it's even prettier in the 1st of November than it is midsummer, because you can see the structure of the trees.
Precisely.
But how do you find this subject and your other subjects when you go off to Brazil or Patagonia?
When I'm out and about, I bring my camera with me, and I'm looking for something that is unique. So I thank you for saying, because that's an important point about photography too. I am always trying to create original compositions, not newspaper photographs. I'm shooting material that's in the world. So to that extent, I'm a documentary photographer, but what I'm aiming for always is an original composition. So I thank you for saying that.
Good, thank you.
Have you ever taken a photograph of I'm saying something, and then take it at another time of the, say another week from now when the lighting is different? Have you ever done those kind of photos of something because the lighting is different, as you're saying?
Absolutely, but not in a sequence. I've never exhibited a sequence of photos.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I do regularly is walk out at Longworth with my camera. And I've been doing that for about 3 years now. And every time I go, the light and the circumstances are different.
Right. Okay.
So 2 shows ago, I think it was, I had, and I exhibited it here, I exhibited a show called Shimmering Water and Seascapes. And I had discovered a phenomenon whereby I could get some very interesting effects if the sun was shining directly on water, so that I could see the camera could see the underside of the waves. It was very hard to shoot it because, of course, the sun is overhead, so it makes focusing very challenging, but I worked at it for several months and I got some very nice images that I was satisfied with. So that's an example. I've taken photos at Long Wharf in gray conditions when there is some ambient light, but there will be enough that there will be reflections in the water of the structures around, the piers, the boathouses, things like that. So the light is unique every time you go. And then it affords different opportunities too.
So you're
You're
catching.
working on another show now?
Not specifically, but I have some images that I took when I was in London of the Tower Bridge at sunset. I don't remember whether I said, but I have
haven't seen those
several
yet.
of them with the sunset silhouetted behind the bridge, and also some roofscapes that I shot when I was in London. And then from last year, I have about 500 photos that I took when I was in Tucson. Many of them have adobe walls that feature shadows. Many cacti in shadows that I'm very excited about. So I haven't really shared them with Jonas yet, but
No, I
they're
haven't seen those.
on my horizon and I'm working on them.
Good. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to see the ones of London, especially.
Okay, you will.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Anybody?
Well, I want to thank everybody again for their time, for coming out today. Thank you for honoring me with your presence and your time to look at my work. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Victoria. Very good. Okay, look for this on your website, on the AzothGallery, Victoria Navin, and then it'll be actually be on embedded from YouTube.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.